Just type yes in the chat box if you are able to listen my voice. Audible to everyone. Just type yes in the chat box if you are able to listen my voice. Okay. Today, I want to explain the concept of profiles. Before that, one two small concepts are there. We just brush up those concepts and we enter into profile concept here. Observe carefully. So if you look at generally in Java, entry point is actually main method. When you write any application here, generally main method is actually entry point here. Okay. If we are writing a web application specific, internal server specific in advanced Java, okay, server will be having such kind of logic actually here. But if you're writing any Spring Boot application, even though you write Spring Boot web application or Spring Boot distributed application or Spring Boot any type of application, main method will be there. Okay, remember here in Spring Boot, okay, application execution entry point is main method. Okay, so that means execution starts from main. When you write any logic here, that execution starts from main here. If you look at main method is taking inputs. They actually called arguments, or we can also call parameters. Okay, they actually string arguments here. We can call parameters here. Generally, parameters are passed while executing the application. Okay, from outside of the project here while executing the application by using command line or else by using some execution command. Okay, so here if you look at, I'm just writing a simple Java application. Just I'm taking a folder called test. Okay, inside this test folder, there I'm just creating a simple class. A file I'm creating a.txt. First I'm writing the code. It's a class A. Just I'm writing class A, public class A. You can just write here. There you are writing main method here. Public static void main. There I'm writing like this. So string args like we have. Name, of course, you can change. That's not an issue here. I'm just printing one argument here. System.out.println. Just I'm writing here. It's args of 0. Okay. So I just want to pass some arguments here and I want to print the same here. Okay. So file extension, I'm just changing a.java. Okay. And just compiling this file. Java C a.java. So extension problem it has come. Okay, I just changed it to a.java here. This is a file. Let me just compile this one. Java C a.java. And executing Java A. Okay, it says actually we need actually one parameter here. Exception came here, array index out of bound exception. We are trying to read the index here. Okay, so when you're running this Java space class name space inputs. Okay, so something like this, I'm writing AB 10. Okay, 1 like this. You are writing some value and press enter here. The first value, this what are the values you are sending here? All these values are going to be converted internally one array. Okay, what are the values that you're trying to send here? These are actually one array. This is converted into string array and that is given to main method parameter here. They actually given to main method parameter. Okay, so command is Java. Okay, they actually inputs we are passing to main method, they actually called command line arguments. Okay, same command line arguments how to pass using STS I'm showing here. Okay, you are using Java command, this is compilation and this is execution. This execution, okay, while executing or while running you can pass the data. Okay, same thing how to pass using STS I'm showing here for practice purpose here. Now observe a starter project I'm just creating here. Okay, spring boot 2 just I'm writing here. Okay, CL, that is actually command line arg CLA test. Okay, command line arg test here. Next button and finish button I'm just creating. Okay, one project is going to be created here. Okay, now here if you look at here we have main method. It's a starter class, we can call simply main method here. It is having a method called run. Now whatever args are there here, I just want to print them. Okay, I just want to print here one index. Okay, sys out, just I'm printing the args of 0. Okay, of course you can print all also, that's not an issue here. Okay, so args of 0 I'm just printing. I want to print some args of 0 here. Okay, so something I'm just writing input is, just I want to pass here like this. Okay, how to pass in STS, whether it's a Spring Boot application or any application, right click, run as. Okay, run configuration. Observe carefully, right click in the code. Okay, there is an option called run as, and there you can see run configuration. Okay, if you go to run configuration, there you can provide your own configuration. That means inputs. Okay, execution starter class here and all here. So right click on this code, run as, run configuration. Okay, so it says run one time first of all. Just I executed one time. This is not loading first time. Okay, now here run as run configuration. Now once you just go to run configuration here, there you see one option called arguments. Okay, this actually you'll see one option called arguments here. Okay, click on the second tab. First tab is Spring Boot, it is showing here. Second tab is actually arguments. Okay, in the arguments you have two arguments here. One is actually program arguments, means command line inputs. Second one VM arguments, means JVM level variables. Okay, if you don't know VM arguments, not to worry, we discuss this later. Okay, this is something like -d, you might have seen in the core Java. -d key is equals to value. If you don't know, not a issue. Okay, so as of now just concentrate on above one, program arguments. Okay, program arguments you can just give the data here whatever you want. Okay, now instead of Spring Boot, let us just write simple application better. Just I'm writing simple Java project, file new Java project I'm just creating. Just concentrate here. Java project, just I'm writing test CLA. Okay, next button and finish button. Right click new, I'm just writing a class. It's a test class. There I'm writing main method first of all. Sys out, just I'm writing done and running this. Some output came. Right click, run as run configuration. Arguments, there I'm writing ABC space XYZ space MNO. Okay, space 1 2 3, like this you can give values. Okay, click on second tab, that is arguments here. Okay, and provide the program argument space separated, apply and run. Of course now you can read this. So just I'm writing args of 0. Okay, again run configuration not required, already you just configured, you clicked on apply button also. If you want you can just go to arguments, already values are there. Just click on run button and you can see ABC has come. You want to see all the values here. Sys out, just you are writing args. When you print array, you won't see readable output. Okay, when you print the array in Java, you will never see readable output here. Okay, so here because arrays object represents without a toString type here, so you won't see readable output here. So if you want to see some readable outputs, just I'm converting into a list format. Arrays data, I'm just converting into list format, arrays dot as list, just to see readable format output here. Right click, run as, run, that is run configuration. You can just cross verify, yes, data is there, and click on run button, and you can see all the inputs. Okay, so this is a point you should remember here. Okay, now in Spring Boot, application execution entry point is main. We can pass inputs at runtime to main method. Okay, those are called as, okay, CLA, command line args, arguments are inputs in simple here, command line arguments. Okay, so command line arguments can be passed using Java command only here. Okay, so here that is actually we are passing the command line inputs here. Okay, example, if you look at here how it looks, example code, if you look at here, just I'm giving the previous one. Consider this a code here. So if above code, if you want to run here, then what we need to do, first to compile, it's a Java C test.java, then run. While running the application, we have to use a command Java, it's a test, and then you can pass the inputs, something like, okay, it's just I'm writing SAM, ABC, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, space separated values. Okay, this SAM, ABC, 1, 2, 3 will become array and given to main method. Okay, here SAM, ABC, comma 1, 2, 3 string array is given as input to main method. Remember here. Okay, why we are discussing this one, we'll come to know here. Observe carefully. We are also going to pass some inputs like this. Okay, that is going to be given to our main method here. Okay, now the question is, how can we pass, okay, main method inputs using STS or Eclipse? Okay, that's a question here. Okay, so first of all, write main class and print args. Right click on code, run as, run configuration. Okay, once you click on run configuration, there you will see one tab called arguments. Click on arguments tab. Okay, enter values inside program arguments. Okay, programming arguments. If you look at here, right click on this code, run as, run configuration arguments. You will be having program arguments here. Look at the word, it's a program arguments. Okay, inside the program arguments, you enter the value, click on apply button and run button. Okay, click on apply button and run button here. Enter values, apply button and run button. Okay, you will see this output here. Same code is almost similar here. That's it, not an issue here. Example 2, if you want, you can just try this even. Okay, this is to print all arguments here. Generally arrays to string, even if you use or if you don't use to string, they'll print in unreadable format here. Okay, this is one here. Now coming to Spring Boot programming here. Okay, Spring Boot, if you look at one point here, we are writing a class, okay, that is actually runner classes we are writing. All runner classes are executed by Spring Boot itself. Now I'm showing one point here, observe carefully. Same thing we are working. Spring Boot CLA test I'm showing, concentrate here. Next button and finish button. Now I'm coming to Spring Boot here. This is creating. Okay, so this project got created here. Now just I'm running this application here. Okay, Spring Boot application, it is executed here. Now here I can't show all the points, but one point I'm showing here. This main class, when you run, it is internally calling run method. Okay, this run method internal flow we yet to see. Okay, control click. There is again one more line you can see here. Here also run method is there. Okay, it's a control click. Okay, and again you can came to one more run method, again control plus click. This is a logic, or simply you can just control plus click. Okay, and here there, if you scroll, there is a run method 298 line number. Okay, control click, control L, 298. There you can directly come to actual logic. Some stopwatch is there, configuration context is there, so many lines are there here. If you look at 322, there is a logic called call runners. Okay, leave other logics and all here, just concentrate here, call runners. Okay, so we wrote command line runner. There is even another type called application runner too. Okay, we had to come to for that here. Okay, now if you look at here, call runners. Okay, it is executing, it's a type of command line runner or application runner, it is checking. And if you look at here, arcs are there, arcs it is passing here. Okay, so what is the meaning of arcs? Whatever the arcs that we are passing to main method, okay, they also send to every runner here. Okay, I'm just giving a small flow here, just remember as of now. Okay, we are actually writing one starter class. Okay, I'll show the complete flow, not to worry. Okay, as of now, just a starter class is having actually main method. Okay, main method is actually having arcs. Okay, this main method, what it is doing internally, it's having spring application dot run, sa dot run, short name I'm just giving here. Okay, so comma, it is actually we are passing arcs. What this sa dot run it is doing here, it is identifying all the runners. Okay, calling all runners here, runner 1, runner 2, runner 3. If we write multiple runners, it is just checking here. Okay, so in simple here, calling all runners. Okay, in code. Okay, assumption we wrote something like, okay, it's actually db connection test runner. It's a one runner like this we have. Okay, something here we have email app test runner. Here we have something. Okay, some dot dot. We have multiple runners like this. Okay, do you want to pass input to these runners? Okay, do you remember even run method also having one parameter here? Okay, so for example, if you look at command line runner, it's a command line runner. Okay, command line runner is the interface having a method called run. Look at the parameter string 3 dots. 3 dots indicates where args. Okay, that means you can pass how many values if you want here, comma separated values. Okay, no need to create any array and all here. You can pass multiple values here. It is also internally like array only. Okay, the difference between array and 3 dots here, where args actually array, once size created, you can't modify. Once array created, size cannot be modified. Whereas indicates no array, nothing. You pass multiple values only. Okay, later we are just internally converting into array representation. This whereas introduced in jdk 1.5. For this also I'll show one small application. Okay, just observe here, whatever the arguments that you got here, okay, through main method, okay, it is giving. Okay, and these are given as a input while executing. These are given as an input while executing as a arcs. Okay, whatever arcs that we are getting here, we are passing same arcs are given to runners also. Okay, by taking the arcs you can do some code. Okay, whatever the arcs that you are getting here, you can just do some code even. Okay, so same arcs are given as an input to all runners. Let me show the confirmation, just concentrate. Okay, observe, this time it's actually main method. I am writing one runner. Okay, look at here, CLA test runner, add, it's a command line runner, package name just changing to dot runner. Look at, I wrote a runner class here. So far we did not touch this one, just I'm writing this time here. It's a sys out, just I'm printing here. Okay, it's a arcs of, just I'm writing 0. Okay, even though 3 dots, remember it's a array type only. Okay, but the thing is, okay, we can pass multiple values comma separated internal, that is the meaning here. There I'm writing at the rate component that creates the object sys out, just I'm writing it's a done. Now look at here, I am just running this application, right click, run as, run configuration. Okay, arguments, just I'm writing here. Okay, this is just I'm writing test, just I'm writing a word called test, nothing else, I'm just writing here. Go to arguments, program arguments here and test. Go to arguments here and program arguments and enter the value test here, apply and run. Okay, look at the console here. Okay, so just, okay, here one more small thing we have to do, right click, run as, run configuration. Okay, here if you spring boot, if you see there is a unsee console output, it is showing here. Just you have to disable this. Okay, it says actually, okay, print in a proper format in using unsee format, just uncheck this one, apply and run. Okay, here you will see test at the console output, you can see test is printed. Okay, or else you can print all instead of this one, instead of writing arcs you can just print all. That's not an issue here. My point is to tell that when you're passing any input here, that is actually coming to here. Okay, in this again we have two types. Okay, let me just give point up to this, observe carefully. Okay, whatever the inputs that we pass to main method, okay, these are actually called as command line runners actually here. And how to pass using STS also I just shown here. Next point, observe carefully here, next point. Here in Spring Boot, starter class, we can also call main class. It's a main method class. We'll call all runners one by one. Okay, while executing runners, example command line runners. Okay, main method also pass the input, that is arcs. Okay, it is actually going to pass the arcs. Okay, that is arcs are given from main method to every runner. Okay, you may have doubts, why sir? Yeah, I'll show that. Okay, what is the use? Okay, okay, always remember here, actually we are passing to main method only, we can't pass to command line runner. Okay, so here we can't pass to command line runner here. Okay, so we can pass to main method only, main method will pass to command line runner. Okay, what data you want, what exactly requirement you should decide and you should pass. Okay, I'll show some sample examples also, what are the requirements we'll be having, and we have to take here. In our programming it will be somewhat different concept. Okay, so concentrate, it comes at the end almost, it's not a beginning here. Slowly step by step I'm taking from the beginning. Okay, my target is to show a finally option arcs. Okay, that option arcs I'm going to use here. These are all just for your understanding, whatever I'm just giving, all it's for understanding here, observe carefully. Okay, so this is the basic flow. When you pass input, when you pass input, that will go to main method. Main method will call spring application dot run. Okay, that is going to call all the runners. All runners, it is passing the args. That's the point here. Okay, observe, in Spring Boot starter class we have main class. Okay, it will call all runners one by one while executing command line runner. Main method will also pass the inputs, that is args, to given method. Okay, so here if we just see one small example here, this is starter class and this is runner class. Actually we are passing, remember again I'm saying, we are passing input to main method. Okay, this whatever the arcs that you are getting also pass it to every runner. Okay, so there is a question they may ask here, how can we pass data to runner separately? No, 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 there is no concept of passing data to runner. Okay, you are passing data to main method, it's distributing to everyone, every runner. Okay, it's like a globally it is there, it's just reference linking only, it's not copy creation here. Okay, so remember data is given to main method here. It's a one example here. Okay, just I'm writing here example. Step 1, create one starter project. Just I'm just giving a name, Spring Boot to CLA test. Just to finish. Second, one runner class I'm writing here. Okay, better I'll print everything instead of args of 0, rs dot as list. If you don't pass any args, it will print empty. Right click, run as run configuration, pass some arguments, test space 1, apply and run. Okay, here you can see some output. Okay, sometimes you may see this extra, concentrate here. This is related to STS, not related to our programming. ANSI console output is there, right? Okay, when you just choose ANSI console output, okay, of course if you print some language characters also it will show. As of now I'm not printing anything, you may see some extra like this. Okay, spring out ANSI enable is equals to always. Okay, that is actually for STS specific configuration. Okay, just uncheck this one, apply and run. Okay, you won't see that option here. Okay, you will see something like this. Okay, now here I just write a runner here and you can print all the runners here. Now execution, right click on main class, run as run configuration. Okay, click on arguments tab, go to program arguments, enter values, apply button and run. Okay, now you enter some values, at least 2 3 values, and see those values are printed. Okay, now this is a flow here. 1, passing inputs. 2, going to main method as a args. 3, calling run method. 4, calling all runners in the code. 5, they are going to get the inputs. It's actually flow. This is a basic flow here. Okay, here simply point I'm just giving here. All command line args are shared to command line runners, CLR. Okay, that's a point here. Whatever the inputs, command line args you're passing, okay, shared to all runners. That's a point. Now coming to actual programming here. Now our Spring Boot actual concept starts. These are all your understanding only here. Okay, if you don't write rs dot as list, okay, and if you print directly, it will print in unreadable format. That's why I just converted. You just try and print here. Okay, right click, run as Spring run configuration, enter some values and click on apply and run button. Okay, you will see something like unreadable format. Okay, it's internal 2-string representation of array. Okay, you can't see in readable format. That's why arrays dot as list. Okay, if you just print arrays dot as list, okay, and if you just run configuration and click on this, you see, got the point. Okay, now coming to this one here, observe carefully, observe carefully. Actually, normal only parameters arguments concept is there in Java, but Spring Boot is just converting arguments into two types. Okay, here we have command line args. Okay, especially in Spring Boot, here we are discussing here, observe carefully. Spring Boot is says command line arguments are two types. It's actually two types. Observe carefully. In that first category we are going to use mostly, second category will be there but very rare scenario. Command line args are two types. One is called option args. Option args, okay, with the highest priority args, these are actually called, even compared to our application properties here. The first category called option args. Second category is actually called non-option args. Okay, this is only my target to show here option args. Okay, if we are sending the data in the form of hyphen hyphen two dashes, okay, dash and dash, okay, key is equals to value format. Okay, if you are sending any command line argument in this format here, okay, that is actually called as option arg. Okay, so two dashes that we are passing here, concentrate. Okay, two dashes we are passing here. Okay, that's called option args. Just if you're sending like a word, no two dashes here, okay, without two dash symbols here. Okay, even though you send something like a is equals to b, even is equals to also considered as a character here. If you're sending a word, instead of calling a word, we just call as a command. Okay, that's actually called as a non-option arg. Okay, let me show some small inputs here. Consider here, just we are sending some option and non-option args here. Okay, observe here, just I'm writing few examples here. Consider these are actually args. Okay, it's a string array, string array. Okay, now I'm just passing the data hyphen hyphen two dashes. Okay, server dot port is equals to 9898. That means I'm saying, okay, server, are you starting? Yes. Okay, please take my port number like this. Okay, just I'm writing one example here. Okay, I'm just writing like this. This is called option arg. It is actually called option arg. Option arg is the highest priority compared to your application dot properties. So far I said application dot properties is a priority, right? This actually option arg is the highest priority. Okay, even it dominates application dot properties key also. If same key present here and there also, it is only highest priority. Okay, now second I'm just writing here. Okay, export, just I'm writing export emp, I just wrote like this. Okay, so I'm just saying, trying to say something to application. Okay, if export emp is there, please read the employee data table and convert into some excel format, something I'm just giving as a command. Okay, this actually called non-option arg. Look at, if you're sending the data in the form of key and value, which treats like an input here, such a concept is actually called option arg. Okay, if you send it directly, it's a non-option arg, a simple word here. Okay, there is no such difference in Java. Java says this is completely one value, this is completely one value, but Spring Boot says, hey, it's not a value, it's a key and value. Okay, this actually structure only in Spring Boot, not in Java other techniques here. For example, if you go to advanced Java, core Java, this is completely single word. It's a completely single word here. In Spring Boot only it is coming like this. Okay, so we can also call as actually runtime inputs. Okay, some people ask, sir, can't we pass the values at runtime? Here this is one example. Okay, properties values also type of static values. Okay, there's actually runtime inputs, even we have different techniques also. Okay, let me just give few more example values here. Okay, just I'm writing hyphen hyphen. Okay, spring dot app dot name is equals to, just I'm writing nit. It is also an option arg. Okay, there I'm writing hyphen hyphen. Okay, my dot app dot code is equals to abc. Okay, something I'm just writing values here like this. Okay, non-option arg if you want to write here. Okay, something I'm just taking here, db dump, I'm just writing here, just a db dump, delete emp, something I'm just giving commands here. Okay, as per the Java, all are individual words, all are words only. This is completely one word. This is completely one word. This is one word. Okay, so these are all our words. These are actually command line inputs. As per the Spring Boot, okay, slight difference is there. Two dashes, key is equals to value format is coming. They are called option arcs. Okay, option arcs. Okay, so even if you just write something like delete emp is equals to something like a 10 you wrote. Okay, so something I'm just writing here, it is also non-option arc until you write two dashes. Okay, it is option only. Okay, until you write two dashes here, it is option, it's non-option only here. Sorry, this is non-option. Check two dashes is there or not. Even though you write like this, it is command, it is command. Okay, no sir, I want to make it optional. Definitely have to write dash and dash, dash and dash. Okay, I hope you are following this one. Okay, two dashes mandatory first of all. Okay, that we need to specify here. Now look at here. What is the meaning of, what is the use of option arcs and non-option arcs? Option arcs treated as the input, input to application. Okay, so non-option are treated as actually task, task given to app. Something do it when this is exist here, do it here. Okay, mostly actually they gave both, but majority of the requirements in real time we see this one only. This is very rare scenario I can call here, very rare. Okay, even though this is very less used I can call here, it's just like 1%. Okay, 99% this concept only used. Okay, so I'll explain both here, concentrate here. Okay, observe the point. Arguments in Spring Boot. Okay, main method gets arguments while executing application, which are called as CLA, command line arguments. In case of Spring Boot, these CLA arcs are two types. One, A, option arcs, that follows the format hyphen hyphen key is equals to value. Two dashes mandatory here. Second one, B, non-option arcs. No option, do this. That's what actually, it's actually command. We can also call simply word. Okay, option arcs, this behaves like input to application. These are going to behave like input to application here. Non-option arcs, okay, this behaves like task or a work to application. Okay, first, whatever you provide here, option arcs and non-option arcs, everything is given as a array representation only here. All are stored as a single array here. Okay, so here both option and non-option arcs are stored in one array only. Okay, remember here, finally all are stored in one array only like this. Okay, now let me write one small program here, passing this and reading this. Okay, passing this and reading this here. Okay, observe carefully. Okay, I'm just printing everything now same, nothing different I'm just doing here. Observe carefully. Okay, previously if you look at here, okay, just now if you look at here, unsee console has come, right? Unsee console output, just it was checked and unchecked and just executed here. Okay, now if you look at apply and run, see here how the output is coming previously. Two dashes, see something it is different, we don't want to see here, just I'm showing here. Spring output unsee enabled is equals to always. It's an option, it's optional, it's a non-option and it's a non-option. Okay, let me execute some values here. Right click, run configuration. Okay, here I'm writing. Okay, hyphen hyphen title is equals to nit space. Okay, so db, just I'm writing dump hyphen hyphen code is equals to, okay, so htc, just I'm writing like this. Look at carefully, I just went to arguments. This is key is equals to value, this is just a word. Again, key is equals to value, spaces are there in the middle, spaces are there in the middle, you just observe properly. Okay, and I'm just clicking on apply button and run button. See here, it's a option arc and it's actually non-option arc. Sorry, it's a non-option arc and option arc. Option arc, non-option arc, and option arcs. Okay, it's example here. And there is another possibility. Now I'm just extending the concept here. Continuation. Okay, now I am writing here. Just I'm writing. It's a private string. There I'm writing title. There I'm writing at the rate value. Concentrate carefully. Now the final point, I'm just giving conclusion here. Option arcs behaves priority, highest priority environment variable. Okay, if you look at here, there I'm passing the title. Look at this one. Hyphen hyphen title I'm just passing here. Same thing I'm just taking here. Whatever you're passing here, dollar open brace t colon close brace. Okay. Now I'm not printing this arcs. I'm just printing this title here. Look at here. Generally, when you write this symbol, it will try to search for a value from the properties or YAML. First properties, if it's not there, then YAML. Okay. Now I'm running this application, right click, run as, okay, Spring configuration. I'm just removing all unnecessary here. Hyphen hyphen title is equals to, okay, just I'm writing it's an array IT. Observe, right click, run as run configuration, go to arguments, hyphen hyphen title is equals to array IT, apply button and run button. See, we got title. Okay, option arcs even behaves like a priority environment variables. I'll show that point even again. Concentrate here. Okay, let us write same title even in the properties file also. In application.properties also I'm adding the same. In application.properties also I'm adding the same. There I'm writing title is equals to local title. Just I'm writing like this. It's a local title. I'm just writing here. Now again run this application here. See, it is coming as an array IT. Okay, so here right click, run as run configuration, arguments. It is only priority. It is only priority here. Program arguments here. Let me remove this. Let me remove this. Apply and run. Now, if you see here, it's actually showing as a local title. Okay, option arcs behaves as an input to application. Okay, that's the point I said. Input to application, that is called priority environment variable. This is actually called priority environment variables. Do you remember in the starting I said, if we have properties file that holds the data in the form of key is equals to value, okay, if you write program here, Spring container creates a memory. That is memory is actually called environment. Environment is a memory that holds all the key and values. These are all properties file loaded. Starting I just mentioned, you can just go through either properties file or YAML file, even option arcs. Even option arcs. Okay, so option arcs and properties, what is the difference? Option arcs actually comes at runtime. Properties you can just give as a properties file with a static representation here. Okay, observe here, that's a point I just want to say here. Now look at here, option arcs and non-option arcs. First I'll give a simple program without this concept. Again I'll add this. If you don't get clarity here, let it be here. Just I'm printing arcs, let it be. Not a issue here. Observe carefully. Now example application I'm just giving here. Create one starter project. Name Spring Boot 2 CLA test 2. Okay, this is a code I'm just printing. I think almost similar to above. Fine. It's a runner. but execution is different here. Execution pass below format values as command line args. Just I'm writing hyphen title is equals to NIT space DB dump space export EMP space, okay, hyphen code is equals to ABC, like this. Then finally apply button and run button. Okay, that you need to do here. Okay, so here this is a format that you need to run here. This is option arg, non-option arg, non-option arg, and option arg. Okay, so you can see here it's actually just I'm writing for your understanding here. This short name I'm just giving. This is OA option arg. This is ENA non-option arg. Like this I'm writing here. You can just easily identify. Okay, this actually OA option arg. It's a ENA non-option arg. It's a OA option arg. Option arg. Okay, non-option arg and non-option arg. Okay, first we'll concentrate on option args. Okay, why option args and what is the use of that one? Okay, why option args and what is the use? That's a question here. Understand here, option args are highest priority inputs. Okay, option args are highest priority inputs to environment. Okay, that means Spring container holds a memory called environment. Environment nothing but storing the data in the form of key and value that will give priority of option arg value only, even though same key value present in properties file. Okay, now generally properties file stores data in key is equals to value format that is given to Spring container. Spring container, and we can read using @value and @config props. Etc. Here we can pass same data, same key value pair at runtime using option args. This is called high priority. Okay, high priority even compared to properties file. Okay, same value can be read using @value and config properties etc. Okay, this is actually highest priority here. Observe. Okay, now if we just give same key in properties file and option args is the highest priority. Remember, option args is the highest priority. Okay, just let us just take one example here. Okay, example I'm just writing here. Consider we just create new Spring Boot application. Okay, step number 2, write one runner. Now observe carefully this time. Now this time I'm showing here. This I'm just writing from runner. Okay, now here I'm just printing. Instead of printing args like this, I'm just writing here. Now look at here. Private string. Now look at here, title. Anything you can just take, not only title. You can take even multiple also. I'm just printing title. Okay. On top of this, I'm just writing @value. I'm just writing $title. Okay, key name, that's also your interest. You can write anything here also. Generally, if you write title, it will go and check in properties file, application.properties file. If it is not present in properties file, it will go and check in YAML file. That's the order so far we learned. Okay, first properties file, second YAML file. Okay, now I'm just trying to run this. Okay, so here nothing is there. Run method, type mistake it seems. Sorry, it's a dollar. Okay, so local title, it has come here. You can see value. Okay, now I'm just trying to run this same thing by using option args. Go to run configuration, arguments, hyphen title is equals to, just I'm writing NIT. Observe carefully. I just went to arguments here. Okay, program arguments, I'm just writing here. Okay, click on apply button and run button. See here, NIT has come. Okay, local value has not come. So let us take the same thing here. I'm just taking this value here. It's a runner code. And third one, application.properties even. It's application.properties. And fourth one, run as run configuration, arguments. Okay, enter value like hyphen title is equals to NIT. There you need to click on a button apply, and then you need to click a button called run. Okay, then you see the output. Okay, now the conclusion point, remember, my point is, okay, you can give input to Spring container using properties file. Okay, using YAML file and using option args. Okay, we will come to non-option args also later. Okay, observe carefully. We can give input to Spring container in the form of key and value. Okay, using properties file is the one. Using, okay, YAML file is the second. Using option args. Okay, all we are not going to send using option args. Only few will be there. I'll show that, something like profiles concept and all here. Okay, that's the one here. Okay, so here this is the one. Understand here. This is Spring container. This is Spring container. Okay, Spring container is having a memory called env. Env or environment. Okay, so environment hold the data in the form of key and value. So we can pass the data to environment. Okay, how many ways are there? Here I'm just showing here is a 1, 2 and 3. What is the highest priority here is option args. Option args. Okay, second priority is properties file, dot properties, application dot properties. Second priority. And third priority is given for application.yaml. Okay, so option args, we are not going to pass all using option args, only few. There is special concepts cases will be there, which are going to be changed every time here. Okay, like this. Especially in case of production environment, one two values will be there that we are going to change. Okay, actual usage you will come to see later. Okay, first understand this concept. Okay, what type of values we send using properties, what type of values we send using YAML, and what type of values you send using option args, you might having doubt. Okay, so that is having, you might having doubt, that will come next. Okay, so here when to use what, I'll show here. When to use what, next examples only will come to know, not to worry about that. Did you understand up to this one? Okay, when to use option args, when to use this, and when to use this, I'll show here. Okay, if the value is frequently getting changed, then we go for this one. The value once it is provided and almost fixed here, then we go for this first or second here. If the number of keys are more, then we go for third one. I'll show the usage, when to use what. Okay, just to confirm this, everyone, did you understand the concept or not? Okay, I'll show the usage, when to use what. Okay, don't worry. If you see 1 2 examples, then only you'll understand. Okay, so for example, on running only, I just want to decide some value. Until that, I don't know. I don't want to give. Until that, I don't want to give. Then only option or speech just take. Okay, especially some concepts of profiles. I'll show that how it is going to be. Okay, yes, we can use non-option arcs. Non-option arcs I did not involve here. Okay, just I wrote a dummy example as of now. We will practice with one non-option arcs also, one example. Okay, as of now, my target is only option arcs. Okay, now look at the next important concept. Okay, now observe carefully here. Whatever all we discussed, this is for basic knowledge. Actual concept starts now. These are all something like a points overview knowledge here. Okay, actual concept starts here. Spring Boot profiles. Spring Boot profiles. Okay, profiles are used to execute application that is environment specific. Okay, before going to see this, okay, I'll explain one small point here. Observe this one here. So if you want to understand profiles here, I'm asking a small question. Okay, we are writing the project in our machine, in our computer. Assumption it's a developer computer. It's a dev machine. Okay, working code is working fine and everything is working fine here. Okay, I wrote the code, application code is there, it's working fine here. Same application is moved to another computer or one more computer. Like this we have different pieces we have. Okay, now, so if we change our application from one system to another system here, can you tell me what changes are we expecting? It's a dev PC, it's a QA, it's a UAT, it's a production. Understand my question and try to give answer. I am writing the program. I am writing the program. Okay, code I wrote here. Okay, my system changed from here to here and there to there. Okay, I'm changing from one machine to another machine. Okay, can you guess what are the changes will come in the program from application to application? Do you think code will change from computer to computer or system to system? Okay, what gets changed here is properties. Which one will get changed, sir? Properties. For example, consider, now I'm just giving for your understanding. Here I wrote something like DB, just assumption one key is there. One key is there. DB is equals to Oracle. Observe very carefully. DB is equals to Oracle is there. Okay, DB is equals to Oracle is there. Okay, title is equals to something NIT is there. Okay, if we just come to another application, same project, if we come to QA machine, okay, DB is equals to MySQL changed, but title is fixed. Title is fixed. Okay, title NIT only, Naresh IT only. Okay, I just moved from my project. Okay, they said, QA said we don't have Oracle database. I want to test on MySQL. Okay, will it support or not? I said yes. You can test it on MySQL. Very good. Okay, fine, nice. Okay, we changed here. Okay, same thing. If you look at properly, observe carefully. Okay, this is a properties file. Okay, code will never get changed. Only properties file only gets changed. Simple point I'm just giving. It is moved from UAT. Okay, here UAT we don't have MySQL. Okay, something like here we have something like H2 database or Derby or HSQL, something database. Anything you just take here, dummy one I'm just taking. Okay, again if you just move to production database here, okay, it's actually a SQL server we have. Whatever that is database I'm just taking here, just I'm showing that. Okay, never think always properties will be same. Okay, never ever think properties values are same always. Keys only fixed, values changes. Not all, even not all, understand, not all values. Okay, not all values, few will be same. Title is equals to NIT, title is equals to NIT, are you able to see? And few will get changed. few may get changed and few may remain same. Okay, I can just call. Okay, that's actually what are all this: development environment, QA environment, UAT environment, production environment. These are the different environments in real time. Actually here it's a runtime environment. Runtime environments in IT field generally. Okay, it's a developer means we are coding. QA means testing while coding. Okay, okay, test, QA team testing, general testing here. UAT means client testing, it's a client testing. Okay, so production means real time, it's a real time server. Okay, like this we'll be having. Okay, so here, okay, observe carefully, these are actually different types of runtime environments we have here. Okay, so UAT means user acceptance test. Okay, if you just join to a company, there you will listening such kind of words actually, user acceptance test. Okay, so that means before giving any product to client, okay, client says no, 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 I want to check it first. For example, you went to one car showroom, assumption, you went to one car showroom to purchase a car. Okay, you are just looking that car and you are just thinking like that, then what that person will tell here, sir, will you just test drive that? Okay, just do the test drive. Okay, take that car, just go for a round and just check it performance and all, if you feel then you can purchase. Okay, here also same, before sub actually before selling product to actual product to client, client says I want to test it once. Okay, then your code will be placed in a server, such server is actually called UAT, user acceptance test, that is actually client testing environment. Okay, it's a QA testing environment, and yes, everything done, I'll purchase. Okay, then actual application it is placed, that is called real time server, is called production. Okay, these are different kind of environments in the application. Now environment to environment, what gets changed here is properties. Okay, code remains same, understand the point, code remains same, properties gets changed. Then how to handle this concept, that is using a concept called profiles. Okay, how to handle such programming here, that is using a concept called profiles. Okay, understand point. If we write code using Spring Boot, and this application is moved from one environment, one runtime environment is better call here. Environment means again we will get confused with our environment. It's a runtime environment. Okay, or as one system to another system, another, then code never gets modified, only changes comes in properties files, not even all, few which are required. Understand here, not even all, few which are required. Okay, are you clear this point everyone here? Okay, understood the concept of environments here. Okay, types of environments, runtime environments, types of runtime environments in IT. Okay, one is actually dev env, developer machine for coding. Okay, next one QA env. Okay, testing, tester machine for testing. Okay, UAT env, UAT, user acceptance test, it's a client test. User acceptance test, UAT env, client test before purchase product. Of course, after purchasing also you can test. Okay, next one is actually production. Of course, support to teams, so many will be there. Just I'm showing major here: production, real time application, deployed server. Okay, yeah, staging environment will be there, so many. So staging nothing but just actually, mm, what is that called actually, it's not even completely tested here. It's like a release before release. Okay, some companies will be following so many terminologies, not only this. Okay, stage environment will be there. Okay, that's actually release environment will be there, branch environments will be there. Okay, that depends, more will be there. Okay, specific ms support environment will be there. There are so many, sir. I'm just mentioning few for explaining the concept of profiles. My target is not list outing of all environments. My target is to say that there will be environments. Okay, if you move your application from one environment to another environment, code never gets changed, properties changes. Remember, okay, there will be multiple environments. These are the few. If you move your application from one environment to another environment, code no changes comes, only changes comes in properties file. Got this point? Just type yes or no in the chat box, I'll go to next point. Are you clear up to this one? Okay, now how to handle such kind of concept, that is using profiles. Okay, profiles are used to load key value pairs based on the environments. Okay, profiles are used to handle. Okay, profiles concept is used to handle environment specific key vals loading. Okay, that's a concept here. Profiles major concept is, okay, handling environment specific key vals handling. Okay, now here we have two things. One is actually writing environment file, second activation. Two things are there: writing environment and second activation here. Okay, files will be fixed but changing will be dynamic. Okay, observe carefully. Okay, so profiles as a concept used to handle environment specific key values loading. That means if we change code from here to here, profiles takes care of, in place of Oracle DB it will load MySQL DB is equals to. Okay, this is a work handled by profiles. These properties files are handled by profiles here. Okay, I'm just giving, this is some short name, I'm just giving app.properties. Okay, it's application dot property, short name I'm just giving here. Like this I'm writing here. Okay, observe carefully here. Profile concept is used to handle environment specific here. Okay, then what is the solution here? Observe carefully. We are going to have multiple, I'm showing one by one. Profiles using properties file is a one. Second, profiles using YAML. Profiles using properties file and profiles using YAML. Two concepts are there. Okay, let me start the first one, profiles using properties file. If you understand first, second one also almost easy, but some extra coding will be there. Okay, profiles using properties says, okay, create properties file for every environment and activate at runtime. Okay, understand the point? Create properties file for every environment. Okay, one properties file for one runtime environment, and select properties file at runtime. Okay, it's not a fixed value. How to select at runtime? Very simple, using option arcs. Using option arcs, because while executing the application only we have to choose. Okay, something if you want to pass at runtime, generally option arcs. Not only here, so many will come option arcs. Just I'm showing here. Okay, so just to concentrate on this point. Again, you may get deviated to option arcs. Okay, don't think I'm showing option arcs concept. I'm showing properties concept. Inside that I'm using option arcs. Okay, observe carefully. Okay, what is the task here? Profiles, how to handle. Okay, how to handle this scenario? Very simple. Create the properties file for every environment. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which one should be loaded? That you decide at runtime. That you decide at runtime. How to decide? By using a concept called option arcs. How to write optionals? Hyphen hyphen spring dot profiles dot active is equals to uat something. Example, we'll pass like this. Why we should pass at runtime? Because while running only you have to decide where exactly you are running. Okay, so here one example I'm just showing here. Okay, just concentrate. I'm showing one example here how it is going to look. Naming rule we have to follow. Naming rule you have to follow here. Okay, that is actually application dash profile name. Okay, there we have to mention the profile name dot properties. Application dash profile name dot properties. Okay, if you look at examples here, I'm just giving a file name called application dot properties. If it did not give here no profile, that indicates actually default. If it did not give any profile, also one profile will be there, that is called default profile. Instead of calling no profile, we actually called default profile. No profile name given. Okay, then it is taken as a default profile. If you did not mention any profile, also there will be one profile that is called default. Okay, so it's like Java, core Java. If you remember, if you did not write any thread, also there will be one thread. You know that if you don't write any thread programming, also there will be one thread. Okay, what is that thread? You know? Okay, exactly. That is called main thread. Here also, exactly correct. If it did not give any profile, also there will be one default profile that is called application dot properties. Okay, second one, application dash QA dot properties. You can give any names or profile name your interest. Okay, this actually profile is a QA. Okay, there I'm writing like application dash UAT dot properties. Okay, there is a profile. It's a UAT. Okay, like this you can give any name, not issue, like this. Okay, and then application dash. Okay, it's a prod dot properties. It's actually profile. It's actually prod. Now the final question is how to activate. How to say that please choose this file only. I have to tell to Spring container, please choose this one only. Okay, that we have to activate at runtime. Okay, so activate profile at runtime using below key hyphen hyphen spring dot profiles dot active is equals to, okay, profile name. Okay, example you want to see here. Okay, so by seeing this you can identify what is two dashes means here. What is the meaning of two dashes here? Can you guess by seeing that? Exactly, they actually option arcs. Why we are using option arcs? What is the use of option arcs? Yes, correct, that is option arcs only. Yes, if you want to pass any key value pair at what time? Yeah, input only. Input only. It is a input. Properties also input. YAML also input. But what is the difference here is runtime. Okay, runtime, if you want to pass anything here, then you go for the concept of option arcs. No, sir, before running only, just I want to decide everything, then properties are YAML. When to go for properties are YAML. Okay, all key values are fixed before only. No, not I'm not going to choose anything at runtime. Okay, properties are YAML. Less keys properties, more keys YAML. Okay, value comes at runtime. Something you decide at runtime, then you use this concept like this. Okay, don't worry. I'll give multiple examples. I'll give multiple examples. Just now started. Okay, not to worry. Okay, I'll show here. Example hyphen hyphen spring dot profiles dot active is equals to QA. Like this I'm writing. Okay, I'll show one small example today and I'll stop. Okay, we have to discuss so many. Okay, so here today I just gave all basics only. Okay, so here I'll just give one small example and I'll just stop here, nothing to worry. Just I'm writing here Spring Boot 2 profiles ex1, next button and finish button. Okay, there I'm writing here project created, some name just I taken here. You can see it's a Spring Boot to profiles ex1. There in application dot properties I'm writing, okay, just for understanding, okay, I'm just taking db name is equals to oracle dev, like this I'm writing. Just a dummy value, I'm just taking it. db name is equals to oracle dev. I'm just creating another properties file. How to create? Right click on src main resources, new, and choose one option called file. File is the option. You can see file. If you are unable to see file here, go to other and search using file. Okay, it's a right click on src main resource, new, and file. Application dash qa dot properties. Any name you give, abc also you give, not a issue here, but name only abc. It's actually just I'm writing it's a mysql, it's a qa, like this I'm writing. Observe two properties files are created here. I hope you are able to see. Okay, application dot properties is actually called as default. If you don't mention anything, this only executed, it's a default. And here if you look at its name is qa. Okay, whatever you give after dash, that is only profile name. Whatever you give after the dash symbol, that is only profile name. Okay, you have to follow the naming convention. I'm writing one runner class. Okay, just I'm writing profile test runner. I'm just writing there command line runner. Okay, there I'm writing one command line runner, concentrate. Okay, sys out, I'm just writing here from CLR. Okay, I'm just writing at the rate component. Let us read the one. Look at it's actually it's a DB name. It's a DB name. It's a key, same key available at two places. Okay, private string. Okay, DBN. I'm just writing here at the rate value. It's a dollar. It's a DB name. Just I'm writing. It's a DBN. Okay. Now I'm not giving anything. Can you guess which value will come? Properties value will come or QA value will come? Can you guess? I'm not activating any profile. What is the default profile that is loaded actually here? Okay. So which is loaded? Default is loaded or QA is loaded? If you did not mention anything, there are two files are there. Properties is there and dash QA properties are there. Okay. So I'm just running this application and see here output. If you don't mention anything by default, okay, if you did not mention anything, default profile is activated. See here, Oracle dev has come. Oracle dev has come. No, 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 I don't want Oracle dev, something I just want QA. Then how to write? Go to main class, observe carefully, go to main class, right click, run as, run configuration. Right click, run as, run configuration. Observe carefully, right click, run as, run configuration. Run configuration and go to arguments hyphen two dashes spring dot profiles dot active is equals to qa. I gave, look at the value like this. Inside the program arguments, two dashes spring profiles active. Don't type spelling mistake, it's a fixed word. Apply and run. Look at mysql qa. Are you able to see this value? MySQL QA is coming here. Again, you have doubt, right click, run as, run configuration. Okay, arguments, remove this, apply and run. I'll show later even how to convert into jar and run also. Okay, how to write, how to pass same thing in servers also we'll see. Later we are going to see even remaining also. Observe carefully. Okay, this is one small example. Okay, so we have to see so many sir profiles not over started. It's an example. One, create Spring Boot application. Name Spring Boot to profiles first app. Second, application dot properties. There we have something value. I just gave this. Third, create new file application dash QA dot properties. It's actually runner class. It's a runner class. Execution. Run as, run configuration, arguments, arguments, hyphen hyphen spring dot profiles dot active is equals to QA. Okay, apply and run. Okay, if we did not provide, if we did not provide any profile name, then default profile, that's actually application dot properties, is selected. Remember that. Okay, default is provided here. Okay, observe carefully here. Okay, here I wrote like this. This is a first example here. We have so many combination. If we have same duplicate keys, okay, I want to take some properties actually that is called profiles fallback. Okay, sharing profiles, child profiles, okay, profiles with runners, okay, profiles with profile specific logic. Okay, we have so many. It's a basic example. Today, your target is to understand, okay, what is this flow, how it is working, what is option arguments. Okay, this is a prior, how to pass option arguments. Okay, and how to write one small application. Okay, whatever I gave today, all basics. If you practice these concepts and come tomorrow, you are going to see advanced. Okay, without practice these concepts, if you come tomorrow, that makes somewhat complication to you. Okay, you may not get clarity output. Okay, you may not get clarity concept because tomorrow is somewhat advanced to this. So don't keep anything pending. Okay, practice and come to this next session here. Okay, are you clear everyone up to this? Okay, so tomorrow I will be taking continuation session to this.